good. Okay,
yeah, I'm
so
sorry. I apologize.
And the VMP go as well. Vesper, obviously, a band we see often. I think that Shiva's more towards Proofy, where, how good he was with the FAL back in Black Ops 2. Gun plays similar to that. We got 12 seconds left. Flashbang's banned again, man.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I would much rather deal with concussions than a flashbang.
This is what I found funny. A couple weeks into the game, I'm starting to get hit by flash games in like pubs on Nuketown, getting crushed, so disorienting. I'm like, why do people use concussions? Like, I couldn't figure out why they were the more popular choice, and apparently over the past couple weeks has been a little bit of a shift.
They always have been in the history of Call of Duty. Now flashbang, definitely a dominant force. You see rapid fire go as well. High caliber goes a little bit late. Won't be surprised if that one makes it into the series. Let's see what Vicente does here with the last ban or protect.
And this
anything strike you that would be missing from this one?
Well, we had, was this the matchup that we actually saw at the LAN qualifier when they went after Proofy? They banned?
Yeah, Proofy was on Luminosity at the time.
But sorry, I meant for Proofy.
It was eLevate.
I was going to talk about the fact that they banned, what was it? Red Dot to really try and target him. They took a quick draw to try and target him. Really reflex. There it is. So, hey, look, the brain's thinking.
They say old people lose their memories. Definitely not true with that man right there across the stage from me. But going into the specialist draft, you're going to see a Scythe come out from Aqua. You're going to see Heatwave be drafted by Wheats. We got an Annihilator out of Pac-Man. I'm looking for Pac-Man to put up some pretty big numbers in this series. Nathan had a fantastic LAN qualifier. Came up big for this team in the online portion. Excited to see Pac-Man play. I think Pac-Man and Wheats, two of the more deserving players playing in the Pro League.
I couldn't agree with you more, man. Fan favorites, guys that have been in the community forever. Certainly people I want to see compete. But as we're looking at French Hardpoint, potentially my favorite game type in the entire game, this one. I mean, is there anything here that's surprising to you? Looks pretty. You have Scythe Annihilator, both sides, not shocking. And then, it's same four. It's same across the board.
Something also we should bring up. It's actually going to be Apathy filling for Remy tonight. Remy not able to make tonight's match. I believe he's still...
Wait, I thought it was going to be Aqua that was out 2 weeks.
No, he's still on. No, it's Remy. Remy's
because
away.
the delay probably got changed. I think Aqua was supposed to miss the first match or something like that.
Yep, so Remy not able to make tonight's match. Apathy subs in for him. Apathy, very talented player. Expect for him to fill into that role nicely.
All right, and then, we had you guys pick Game 1 winner on Twitter. We want to hear your guys' feedback with the hashtag. But before we go into Game 2, which player are you most looking forward to watching in this particular matchup? Who do you think is going to go off? Who stands out for you on either roster as being the key player? Tweet at myself, tweet at Matt, tweet at COD World
Tweet
League
everybody.
With the hashtag CWL PS4. Again, that's CWL
exciting.
PS4.
Yes, I think Cole Chan, prime for a big game.
Okay.
Out of the guys on question mark. And on the side for eLevate, probably Nogafin or Aqua. I think both prime for some pretty big games.
Yeah, this one, on paper, I feel like I have eLevate potentially 3-0ing in this. The reason being...
This is the one match of the night I can see going in that direction.
When could it go the distance? Sure. But the issues for me are when we talk about teams that had arguably kind of the best teamwork that we saw at the LAN qualifier, just watching them toss the rock around on uplink was unbelievable. I mean, it was seriously like you were watching like basketball highlights. Like the way they were dishing it around was incredible. And then on the other side, I don't know that question mark has scrimmed together, period.
I mean, their name definitely is fitting. Nobody knows what to expect.
Have they scrimmed?
This team is just a big
question mark. Do they like playing together?
Question mark.
Yes. I have no idea.
I mean, we'll see what happens. But we have seen teams in turmoil just kind of laugh it off, make a joke about it, come together and put together some, pretty nice games. Are they capable of doing that? Absolutely.
And this is a team that
very talented players in this team.
What was it? EZG? They had that matchup against that amateur team,
and they were able to come back.
And that was one of the most thrilling online matches for sure leading into the league. But it looks like we're getting ready to load into things here. Again, Game 1, Fringe Hardpoint. Score limit, 250 points. Time limit, 5 minutes. And the respawn delay, I mean, it's instant. It's going to be delayed here.
You die, you come right back.
Yeah, you come right back. That's actually, it's so, I hate doing, like if you go from, like the way it is now, if you go Hardpoint, S&D, then into uplink, I'm all right. But if I play a Hardpoint right away followed by an uplink, the spawn delay throws me off entirely.
I know, I just want to come back.
Exactly.
I just want to play.
Let me get back to the action.
Jump into things. Here, it's going to be on board with Apathy. Going to be running that kinetic armor for eLevate tonight. He's going to be rocking the Kuda as well. I like the Kuda. Since nope, some of the updates, I think it's a very viable option for the SMGs.
Can I be honest? I like the Kuda primarily because the name. I just think Kuda is a very, very cool name for a sub. And there you see the headshot coming in. Apathy picks up one. Teammates grab a couple as well. Now he's got to watch out. A couple players pushing him here. He's got trouble. Frank Grandma's going to go low. Let his teammates try to support him here. And no, not able to win that gunfight flying in from Mel.
He does such a good job, though, just staying down in the hill.
Got 15
not going to
points
challenge it. And right there, the guys of eLevate, after he goes down, just swarms in, picks up some easy kills, able to take it back.
And it's going to be Proofy, I think, was going to be pushing L. They're spawned all over the place. They have players coming from Fence, Barn, and also they have one from Grandma's.
Spawn you got out of eLevate. They actually spawned 2 players over at Grandma, so they should be able to get control of that as Vicento locks down the back, picking up some kills, starting off 5-1. You know, one of the players I've been seeing on a stream going a lot lately, you know. Vicento playing a lot. I saw a 24-hour stream with him, definitely playing a ton of those S&D matches. Expect this eLevate team to be very good in that game mode, and it's really been like the story with these guys, right? Like, they're very good in S&D, like they're good in uplink, like, can they win the other respawn game modes? That's really been kind of their Achilles heel as a team, like not able to beat those elite teams in hardpoint.
Well, TacMaster going to save his life for the moment as Vicento lost him. You're right, get back in, he got a second. Able to hop back in, stays alive. Players inside of 10 coming, still gets one. Can he get a second?
Are they not aware he exists?
Just use your heat wave. You're going to hit them all with it. There goes the heat wave, backs him up. Vicento! You should have died 6 times. You're still alive.
What are they doing?
Hit him again. I don't know what I just watched.
How is he alive?
That was an absolute circus in and around Vicento there at 10.
Is question mark talking to each other?
I'm not sure.
Was he never called out during that entire process? How is that a thing? I mean, he's like...
Now he gets 2 players in the back.
2 players in a streak.
And you had the anchor for just a second. Unfortunately, that's going to fall, but one more player can't get back to back. That's going to be Nagafen. So Vicento allows them to kind of hold, contest that entire yard. Then he uses his streaks to get them out of the power positions in the back, but unfortunately for them, they're able to get him right back. Proofy is going to be set up here.
He played his life, which conveniently was the longest life I've ever seen in a respawn game mode.
If you did time from like actual damage taken and like amount of time, it still stayed alive.
It was just unreal. But
he was just red, got his health back. Red, got his health back.
14-3, and you know what I love about Vicento is he's a player a lot like Killa, where they're fiery guys. They're fiery guys, man. I mean, they just love to compete. Like, I can imagine, like, in their comms right now, he is just screaming at the top of his lungs. Like, he is one of the most fierce competitors we have in all Call of Duty. I think Killa definitely right up there with them. Love watching those 2 guys compete. And right now, it is eLevate putting a hurt on question mark, man.
Well, let's see if he can continue the hot start he's on. 16-4, picks up 2 more with the M8, and he's set up nicely. You'll see the spawn coming in. They're going to be pushing there from back barn. He decides to back up. He's got a little bit of help here on the Grandma side of tracks, but his teammate's actually going to fall, so he's about to get pinched. Nades come in. Actually, I'm sorry, HC car comes in, able to take him out, but they've got a solid 70-point advantage right now.
Yeah, and it's going to be Groovy and Colchan starting off reasonably well, and Pac-Man struggling right now, 4-14. Talked about how good he was during the online portion of the qualifier, and the land one just really struggling here early, and it's hard to get back into the swing of things when you haven't been playing as a team for a very long time.
It certainly is, but they're doing a bit of a job trying to come back here, trying to fight for this, but it does seem like their team comms are off, right, Matt?
We have seen these guys come back from large deficits before. Remember, at the qualifier,
first matchup of the qualifier, right?
Orbit with Pac-Man and Weeds makes that comeback. It was the first one on Breach Hardpoint, so don't count these guys out. You see Nagafen with that Annihilator, 0 for 1, doesn't even get a second shot off, and that is why it's such a high-risk reward specialist weapon. If you connect with those shots, obviously one-shot kills, but when you miss like that, you are just attributing nothing to your team.
I'm just going to keep going back to Vicento right now just because he's a man on a mission. Gets another one. He's 24-9. By far leading all Slayers right now. You'll see Apathy getting it done with the Kuda. Is eLevate again, if you are just tuning in, filling in with a sub. This is game number 1. Seeing if they're going to be able to hang tough here with the side of question mark.
Let's see question mark starting to come back a little bit. The guys on eLevate just pushing these hills one by one. Colchan locking down that back alley with the Kuda. Now the hill. Not going to be in anybody's favor, but the spawns are in favor of question mark, taking that back auto Grandma spawn. That's exactly what you want. Looks like eLevate going to just push straight through bricks, try and get over towards the auto tin area and lock it down. But Weeds and Colchan picking up some kills. Proofy as well. They're able to hold this auto area. Are they going to be able to take a lot of this time?
And they're all just flooding in from bricks. They get one. Can they gather some more? Nagafin with the MR6 is able to pick up 2. He picks up 3 with the MR6. Nagafin just getting it done with the pistol.
The hill's still in favor of question mark, though.
And they're climbing back in this one. What'd I say? It was 80 point or so. Now they've got it down to 60. Slowly but surely starting to come back bit by bit. But it's still
well, that's where you see the veterans really come into play. A guy like Proofy, a guy like Pac-Man as he picks up 2 with the HCXD. These guys are not going to let a bad start or a hot play at the beginning from Vicento really bother them for the rest of the game. They're going to keep composed, play the game they know will result in a victory, and you see them starting to march back in this one. Wheat's doing a nice job on the hill. Him and Pac-Man really starting to come alive. Wheat's 20-17. Him and Proofy leading the way for their squad. You see Pac-Man with the Annihilator. Let's see if he can actually pick up some kills with it.
All right, let's switch back to Pac-Man. See if he decides to pull this out. He's going to get caught rotating. He's having a tough game right now, 12-22.
Oh,
but they've climbed back in it.
Spawns.
They've definitely gotten back to a degree, but like you said, they have the spawns, they have control. This is the hardest hard point here on French.
So when would you like to see Pac-Man use the Annihilator right there as MA basically becomes
maybe on tracks, long lines of sight.
But do you really make a difference? Like on tracks, like that's a hard point that you think is going to be split.
It's so hard to hold. It's very contested. But then again, in game 1, we saw it completely locked down.
Well, FaZe did a great job pushing it out, right?
Yeah, they really did.
Match in the back train, Clay as well, doing a nice job pushing out
smokes.
Those spawns. And we see smokes coming in. Very interesting. Don't see those too often. More on CTF, like to get closer to the other team's flags. Not as much in hardpoint, but I understand the AR play from eLevate. Pretty strong up in that top grandma window, trying to get closer to that hill and contest it.
And it looks like they've given up. They're just going to set up. Don't want to give the other team streaks. Speaking of which, I want to take a look here and see if anyone is really that close to streaks. We have 100 points from an HC cars, Nagafin. Apathy, 400. And everyone except for Aqua sort of working, getting close here. And that's why you don't want to keep pushing grandmas over and over and over and over again, especially when there's like 20 seconds, 30 seconds left. Yep, you're feeding them streaks. They get away with not really too much going to be coming in with the way of streaks, but you're going to see the kinetic armor hit there. Tries to check small room as well after picking one up. And the timing off a little bit there, but he's still able to get one. They've just broken that 200-point threshold. Teammates covering, pushes forward. Apathy and Nagafin getting it done. Okay, is Nagafin only using an MR6?
Pretty much. That seems what it seems to be like, right? We saw Vicento with the L car as well. Haven't actually seen the L car in too long. A lot of people went away from that pistol.
Okay, no, he actually is. He had an M8 shot lined up there and switched to an MR6. I believe that Nagafin, either he's not taking his opponents very seriously. I mean, they are up 100 points right now, but he's 27-25. It's not like he's having a poor game.
No, he's doing work with it, so I really don't kind of fault the guy. You're gonna see the Annihilator come out, gonna whip a shot there on a guy on the truck. It's gonna be Apathy jumping over small fence, picking up Wheats, trying to control this area, but time gonna be going towards question mark. And no, they started to make a comeback, and then out of nowhere, eLevate gets those spawns for Grandma, able to bust that one open, put a lot of time on the hill in their favor, and now they're pulling away here. You're gonna have Aqua trying to challenge a guy in bricks. He's gonna get taken out. Players just flying towards the hard points. Nothing really happening here. I think you're going to see eLevate Maven have to push towards the auto, get control of that, and push straight through. Otherwise, this game could potentially get close again.
All right, let's see if they can mount this comeback. Pac-Man coming over a wall here. He's trying to get set up with the M8 on truck. He's got one flying out from Barnside, able to pick him up. One there on the opposite white truck. Shots on point, able to grab him as well. He's got EMP to work with. Him and Kolchan moving forward a bit, trying to push out those spawns, but not able to take out the player there at fences.
Nope, Scythe by Proofy. Set up over in Tin, trying to lock this one down. In the next hill, you see an RC flies at him. Doesn't need to get blown up. Nagafin able to take out Wheats behind him, so big kills by Apathy and Nagafin there, and Vicento still the one, though, on top of the leaderboards in the slaying department, 41-26. See Koljan trying to fly around the back. eLevate could end it here. Maven, you see the AR play in the hill, just being way too strong for question mark right now. Nagafin getting an assist there. Apathy finishing off that kill. Aqua doing a nice job as well, trading some kills. 2 points away, 1 point away. It is going to be eLevate taking game number 1 in a pretty commanding fashion.
All right, and that was the Vicento show, right? He was just absolutely dominating on all fronts, locking it down, work towards streaks. He had full streaks pretty early on as well. I think he started the game. I mean, he had 20, I think, when everyone else in the game had like 8 kills. He absolutely just smashed from beginning to end. Strong game out of Vicenta.
Yeah, really hot start.